Fox Bandy here, and Maxie. Today's video is gonna be about Maxie. So for a couple of months here in Quartzsite, Arizona, we've had extreme heats ranging from 110 degrees all the way up to over 120. So it's really been hard on me and Maxie. Normally we like the warm weather, but anything over 110 is a little bit extreme. So we've not been tolerating it as well as we usually do. And it lasted for way over a month like that. It's been pretty much unbearable. So anyhow, Maxie's doing good today, but with the problems I was having with my air conditioner, and I'm still having problems, they're still not resolved. I'm working on it. I'll give you another video about that soon. Maxie ended up getting sick. He did get a little dehydrated, and he would not eat or drink water at all for a couple days. He's had really bad breath for a long time. I kind of thought he might have like a tooth that was bad or something, but he would bite me so hard and literally almost bite me and nip in me when I tried to look into his mouth. I couldn't get it to open. Only thing I really could see is the front teeth, not the back teeth. So I thought he might have a dental problem, but I'd been trying to get a veterinarian that would see him. I've checked in Yuma, all over Havasu, which is both of those are at least 75 miles away, 150 miles round trip. And here in this area, we have no veterinarians. They may have one in Parker, but I couldn't find one. So when I did call the veterinarians in Yuma and Havasu, they all said they were not taking new patients at all. So I thought, okay, so what am I going to do? So I decided I'm going to have to try to resolve this myself. So in order to help him with this dehydration, I knew I had to get him to drink something. So I couldn't get him to touch the water, and he wouldn't eat his food. Little did I know at first that his mouth was bothering him. That's why he wouldn't touch the food. I didn't realize that at first, but I eventually realized his mouth was tender. And so I said, okay. So he couldn't chew the food, it was hurting his mouth. So I decided to make homemade dog food. So I've tried dental sticks and special stuff that they make for dogs to have good uh, dental hygiene. And I looked at all kinds of YouTube videos. I tried to do a lot of things they suggested, but it never really seemed to help with his mouth. So as far as his bad breath, it didn't really resolve it. So I knew he had to have an oral infection. That's how he actually ended up dehydrated because he wouldn't touch anything. He was too sensitive, but also the heat. So what I did is um, started making homemade dog food, and this is the dog food I'll share. I'll show you what I made. If I can show it in the video, I don't know if you can see it. So this is the homemade dog food. It's white rice, it's peas, carrots, green beans, and corn, along with um, beef or chicken broth. This is chicken broth. And I put fresh chicken, just boiled, no seasoning at all in this. And I use a low sodium, or, or better yet, no sodium. So I added that to his food and had it add a little bit more water to make it very moist. But the beef broth and chicken broth, what finally got him to even sniff it. So I finally got in. I did push fluids like Pedialyte, any I tried flavored. Pedialyte, he wouldn't touch it. And I started to have to push it in down his throat with a syringe so he could get moisture, but this was a lot better. Even one of my subscribers, I think his name was Mad Jack, sent me a case of Pedialyte frozen popsicles. He wouldn't touch it. I liked them, but he didn't. So we tried that, but that didn't work out either. So I added some little bit of coconut oil and sometimes eggs and really finely chopped up eggshells, which is good for them. I've given him fresh bones with meat on it, but he won't touch them. He likes to play with the bone. He has a bone. He loves to play with it and chew it a little bit, but mostly just a toy for him. He doesn't like the taste of fresh, fresh bone, I guess. So I did try all kinds of things, and finally this started working. The smell of it tempted him, and he finally tasted it and realized it was soft because of the liquid. So he started to eat it a little bit at a time. And after a few days, he was starting to eat the food and added about a third of his dog food each time, and then mostly the homemade stuff. I also put a little bit of I sprayed his mouth with colloidal silver in his mouth and then started making homemade toothpaste for him because you don't want to give them people toothpaste. And they have pet toothpaste, but by the time I would get it, it would be too late. So I started forcing him to let me brush his teeth. He fought it tooth and nail, even nipped at me a few times, got really angry and tried to escape. And so finally, I did fight him into letting me start brushing his teeth. The last thing I did, as I knew he had an oral infection, and I had to get him antibiotics. Because I couldn't give him into a vet, I decided I'm going to have to figure out a way to get antibiotics for him. So I had some antibiotics here at the house, and I checked on Google for that particular antibiotic. It said it was fine for pets, but it had to be dosed right. So I had to take my antibiotics and crush them up to a powder and divide it for his weight. He weighed about 12 pounds at the start of this, so I could put it in his food. And he was taking that for 5 days. So I did finally get a veterinarian to see him. Found a veterinarian in Blythe, California, and it's about 30 miles away. So I decided to try to get him in there. They were the only place that was accepting new patients anywhere. So finally found one, but they couldn't see him till August 4th, a couple days ago. Anyhow, he's been miserable. His mouth was so sore. He was truly miserable. So I made the appointment. In the meantime, I did all these things that I just mentioned. I'm going to show you how I do brushing of his teeth. So I get him between my legs like this so he can really escape either side. I really struggled with this at first. But I will tell you, when I finally went to the vet, he told me to add peroxide, about one third peroxide and two-thirds water in a solution. So I just basically mixed it up in a cup, and I keep this for him, and he'll might object a little bit. He's finally gotten used to me messing with his mouth, haven't you, Maxie? Let's see if we can show everybody what to do. So let's get your mouth open. He will fight me at first, but not too bad. So I have to get away back because there's the back, in the very back is where his teeth are really messed up. His mouth, his gums were bleeding, and very red when I first started doing this. They're starting to look better, much better. And so I don't know if you can see anything. Let's see. Let's show. There's one really bad tooth. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Let's see if you can. I don't know. I don't think you can see it. But his front teeth look really good. But there's one back tooth is almost rotted off. It's probably going to break off before it gets old. Anyhow, so the front teeth are looking really good. Uh, and he tolerates this pretty well. At first, I couldn't do this at all. Let's see. It's this side. I use it dip it twice. Lose my balance here, Maxie. Let me get to the back. Good boy. Look at how well he's doing. He's doing very well. He doesn't hate it as much as it did at first. So one of the front teeth, not completely in front, but that tooth is right there is bad, and the one that's back here. So then I take this toothpaste I make. I take about a teaspoon of baking soda and a couple tablespoons of coconut oil and add a little bit of peppermint, a couple drops of peppermint to it. And this is what I do with him for brushing his teeth normally. So, like I said, I just started adding the peroxide, but that was on the recommendation of the vet. So let's get your mouth. Come here. You know what? Here we go. Good boy. He likes the coconut. He actually tolerates it very well. Gotta get in here underneath and then get the really bad teeth. Um, he's licking it. He's licking it. But he does pretty good for the most part. After a while, he gets irritated with me, but so there we go. So his teeth are brushed. And the thing is, I have to do that at least once or twice a day. So usually I do that after a meal. And he has his evening meal, but it'll be okay till the morning. So that's what I do to brush his teeth. That's the regimen I started doing for him. So we went to the vet yes day before yesterday. It was Friday, I guess. Friday afternoon, and he finally had his appointment. And by the way, today is his birthday. August 5th. He was born in 2014. I thought he was closer to 10, but he's actually 9 years old. Let me put this up here a little bit, um, so you can see me a little bit. Are you tired? You can get away if you want. Want to go? Okay, go on. Sitting on the floor because I wanted to be able to get this video on. House is a mess. I've been really working on covering my windows with reflectors and stuff, so I don't want you to see the mess. It's pretty bad. Anyhow, so I got him into the vet on Friday, and the veterinarian. I told him everything I was doing, so he checked out Maxie, and he said he's doing good. The infection is pretty much gone. But he didn't recommend giving him any more antibiotics. He told me to give him the peroxide solution for brushing first, and then do the coconut oil and baking soda afterwards. So I told him yeah, the food that I've given him, everything I did apparently was right. The antibiotics cured the infection, but it didn't fix his teeth. So he has really bad buildup on his teeth, and a couple of two or three teeth are really bad. They have to be pulled. So while I was there, he gave him his rabies shot and got his tags. He likes you just heard him jingle his walking around with his new jewelry, and so he likes his little tags. Let me do this. Um, so he's pretty happy right now. He's doing really well. He's not dehydrated at all anymore. He's eating all his food and drinking water regularly. So anyhow, he gave him all his updated shots. Everything's done except he has to go back. Oh, while we were there, he had been scooting a lot. Dogs have a tendency when they can't, they have in their anal glands, they build up fluid. If they can't press it out or release it themselves, then sometimes you have to take them in and have them compress to push out the fluid. The veterinarian took care of that, emptying his anal glands while we were there. So he got his shots, he got his rabies and his rabies tag and certificate, so I won't have to worry about that for a couple years now. Anyhow, we made an appointment. Everything he did was only $115. Um, so that was a good deal, thank God. Anyhow, but he does have a veterinarian dental appointment on December 1st, which is going to be $300 because he said it doesn't matter if you wait a little while. Uh, it's not going to get any worse. So he's going to have two or three teeth pulled, and I'll go on December 1st to get that taken care of. And they could now have established a good veterinarian for him. And he was very nice. Everybody in the office was wonderful. It was Circle H Veterinary in Blythe, California. And they're really good. They were very, very busy because, no, but there's nowhere else to go. So they had a lot of dogs in there. Maxie did pretty well. I really encourage people, especially if you have small dogs, they're prone to have dental disease or dental issues. So I encourage you to make sure that you brush your dog's teeth not with people paste, but make a homemade paste, or you can buy a special pet toothpaste um, online. But I just decided for what I did was, I think what I did is pretty healthy. If you're new to an area, establish a veterinarian right away. We really never had any health issues with Maxie, so I never really had worked out a veterinarian when I first got him. Now I wish I had him. But anyhow, so we got through this. He's really doing great. He's right back to his normal self. He's doing the zoomies and running around and playing with his toys, and he has the energy he had before. So he's eating and drinking normally. So I just wanted to share that with you. So I thought I would address a question somebody asked me. Why does Maxie wear his halter all the time? Maxie is an escape artist. The minute I open the door, if I'm not very careful, he'll take off. He's gotten out a few times, and truly, I thought I lost him. So I can't move very fast, and he likes to play the game. He wants to run away when I try to get to him. I get close, and he takes off again. So I have to be able to grab him fast, to get the leash on him. So that's why I leave it on a lot of times. But every day I take it off for a few hours a day, several times a day, so it can just be free and easy. It's not on him all the time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate all the kind support people have done for me. I have received very nice gifts through the mail and from Amazon and what have you. And people have sent me help with some of the issues I've had, financial help through my PayPal. But I'm doing fine. So I want to thank you for watching. I'm so relieved that Maxie is okay. And I was having a rough time too, but I'm doing much better. And I'm getting my energy back and able to accomplish a few things even though it's very hot. So I have to limit how much I do, but I'm doing much better. So thank you all for watching. You have a great day.